Is my slide visible?
Not yet. Yeah, now it
It
is.
is. It is.
First slide, huh? You're on the last slide.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jai Hind to one and all present here, dear principals and teachers. So, we welcome you all to the 90th episode of CC Friday. And I hope teachers are enjoying, some teachers are also enjoying their vacation. Aarti ma'am, next slide. So, let me start today's session with the thought that is knowing yourself is a beginning of all the wisdom. And by keeping this in your mind, I request everyone to close your eyes as the music will be played right now. As you listen to the bell, please, by closing your eyes, relate yourself to something that you resemble. Aarti ma'am, it is stopped. Please play it. Okay. And when you resemble yourself, it could be anything. It could be an animal, a plant, a machine, or a thing. Just resemble yourself to it. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Okay. Now the next slide. Now, as uh, Ashwini ma'am might have sent you a message, right? For the CC Friday that you have to carry a pen and a paper with you all. So what we are going to do is we are going to draw something. So now you need to, whatever you have thought during this mindful music when it was going on, whatever you thought in your mind, whatever you thought you could resemble yourself with, now please draw it on that piece of paper. And your time starts now. You're going to get 3 minutes for this. Aarti ma'am, start the timer. You can draw anything, whatever you feel. Okay, this is the best thing. It resembles me like that.
You also can think of choosing an emoji from a digital platform which resembles to what
And
you
you can,
want.
yes, and you can also type it. Even if you have that emoji, you can just type it in the chat box.
Yeah, a simple phrase which describes you.
Sir is showing
But
us something.
we'll really, yeah, but we'll really appreciate if you can draw and present by turning on your camera. I am sorry because there is a network issue, so I have turned off my camera. I'll try to keep it on whenever I get there.
Yes, sir, you were showing us something. You have already. So, sir is the first one to draw, and it's a bit difficult. Sir has drawn
All
something.
right.
It's like a. What is it, sir?
You guess, na, Nagrani?
I think
It's
onion.
it resembles
Absolutely
me to
right.
be like a
Onion.
Bingo
no.
to
It's like
whoever's guessed
fire.
it. It's an onion. Kudos to my drawing skills.
Yeah. No problem, sir.
Anyone else who wants to show what did you draw? Ekta ma'am, you want to show us what did you draw on the paper?
Yes. We are happy to see your artwork of your own.
Yeah.
And it's fun to share it.
Indira ma'am is saying, smiling emoji, enjoying my life to the fullest. Thank you, Gita ma'am. Anyone else who wants to share your responses on the chat box, you can even do that. And as you're sharing your responses, we also want to know, okay, this is Aarti ma'am. Aarti ma'am, now don't tell us to guess it, okay, please. Something green. Is it a plant?
Artyom, can you show it again?
The zero.
It means a
Zero. Just saying. Junior. Okay. Okay, Aarti ma'am, what is the reason for choosing zero? Let's hear it from you now.
So the time is up.
Yes. We'll ask first Aarti ma'am why a zero, and then also we'll ask sir why he's an onion to represent himself. So okay. Aarti ma'am, yes.
Sir responded first, so the turn should go to him first.
Okay. But I guess sir is talking to somebody. That's why I asked you, but it's okay. Sir, please tell us why did you draw onion?
Okay.
Represent yourself.
I represent an onion because it represents my mind basically. As you peel the onion one by one, you go to the kernel. That the crux of it. So I feel that I am something like that, an intellectual. I keep peeling myself to get to my own self. That's the reason why I thought.
That's great. That's great.
To add on to
And
further,
onion तीखा होते हुए थोड़ा मीठा भी होता है. कभी-कभी बहुत onion काटता भी है दांत का. So that's my personality basically. मैं मीठा होके भी कभी काट सकता हूँ.
Great.
and sir, one more point.
Others?
Yes, Kiran.
Kiran
Yes,
was
sir.
saying something.
So
Arman, yes.
your shirt also has the same color of onion.
Great observation, Kiran ma'am.
Yes, Aarti ma'am, your point
Thank
of
you,
view
Aarti.
of showing Shoonya.
Okay, शून्य मतलब जितना मुझे लगता है जितना सीखते जाओ उतना और लगता है कि कम है, वो वहीं खड़े हैं शायद कहीं ना कहीं, तो वो एक जर्नी जैसी है. दैट इज वाई शून्य. एंड मैं हमेशा ही बोलती हूँ ये बात कि मैं शून्य पर हूँ, तो वो वाली चीज है.
आरती मैम, तो हम लोग -1 -2 ऐसे हैं क्या? फिर
Please,
हम
please,
लोग
नहीं,
तो
ऐसा कुछ नहीं.
माइनस हो जाना चाहिए मैम.
Nothing
Okay.
like that.
So that's
Okay.
great. One discussion which we all had right now. I appreciate Sangeeta ma'am that you shared your view that you imagine to be sound of a bird, and Sunanda ma'am has written the sun rising and setting. Sun symbolizes cycles of transformations and renewal. All right. So from your all responses, we can find out that you very first try to thought of or you try to create an end image of about you, that how do you look, and that's how we are going to learn today. The very second habit is about begin with end in mind, and in this today's session we are going to learn how we can analyze the importance of living with habit of vision and create mission and vision for self by knowing self strengths and capabilities. Also, how to design smart goal for self. There are various ways by which we can begin to think from end perspective. So in this learning, I would really want from the last session that conscious thinking should go on happening. What does this slide represents to you all? Anyone who can just unmute and can share their thought, that what do you understand through this slide? Anybody? I'll be very happy if you will be proactively, giving your comments, or you can unmute for your responses or raise hand to share your thoughts. Yes, Ekta ma'am.
As we can see that when we are preparing ourselves mentally, it is in our mind, that is not at all visual. But when it is done, actually, that is the second phase of creation that is evident for everyone. One can see it in from their eyes.
All right. So crafting is
It's
never
a
done
physical
once. That is what
reflection.
we understand from here. Yes, sir.
It's a physical reflection of what we plan in the mind. So it's an outcome which everyone can see.
Yes.
Our mind's thoughts are not visible, I mean, until they actually transform into something concrete. So an amorphous thought,
And
when it transforms into a concrete, this is what it represents like.
Yes, very true, sir. You are right in this. And here Sucheta Roy ma'am is also writing that planning and then execution. Parul ma'am is saying ideating and implementing. Sangeeta ma'am is saying abstract to concrete, planning and successful execution. So these all are a right answer that this slide is presenting right now here. We always craft twice. There is something in our mind. Suppose, you plan to construct a house, then you sit with your family into a discussion, how your house has to look like, what are the things you would like to put in your house, where the drawing room has to be, where the kitchen has to be. So this is all mental work and discussion which we do, and then we design a blueprint of it, and we try to put it in a concrete form. If you see, before any building gets constructed, we have a blueprint model of it prior to that. So this is about craft anything, we craft it basically twice. We do not craft it once and it gets done. It never happens. So then if we are designing, the question is, your brain is like this little girl who is wondering, how do I design my own vision, mission, and goal? So that question keeps coming up to us. Nagrani, did you had this question?
Yes, of course. Whenever my COD asked me to create a goal, I was wondering what I should do. I haven't had any idea about it. So we'll see
All right.
now.
All right. So here in this slide, we have to identify our core center. And for this, I would like to invite, I'm going to go do a cold calling over here to know the core of ours. Can I request Monica ma'am to unmute herself? Monica ma'am, I wanted to have a conversation with you over here. Hello? Monica ma'am? All right. Mohini ma'am, are you there? Rajat sir? Am I audible? Because I cannot hear the responses
Yes,
at all.
you're audible. Let's call somebody else then.
All right. So, Ritu ma'am, will you be able to unmute yourself for this conversation? Or anybody who is willing to do this conversation?
Let's remember, be proactive. The first one that we have learned last CC Friday.
All right. So
So
everybody
anybody
is
who wants to
wondering.
come into the conversation,
All right. No worries. Sunanda ma'am. Okay. Sunanda ma'am, please unmute yourself. Thank you so much for this proactive effort. All right. I have a question, Sunanda ma'am, that whenever we try to think ourselves, in our day-to-day life, suppose if you think yourself core that, you are workaholic always. Imagine yourself saying that I am workaholic, and imagine yourself at workplace, at family, at different instances. Uh, what is your thought about being workaholic with family, being workaholic with workplace and other places? What is your thought about it? Can you become a centered person with work oriented always?
What I feel like when some task has been assigned to me, whether it is my home or my school or outside, sometimes we go for community outreach work also. I always focus on the problem and the solution for which I am there. So I always
right.
try to solve. I don't want to
Okay.
linger, or I don't want to keep with that. So that is the always I think about it. Yes. How can I solve it? And then I'll go to another task.
Okay. Can we be multi-centric? Like, sometimes we say that we are family oriented. We say, I try to do work-life balance. How do you think about these kind of core-centric thoughts where, yeah?
It is really very challenging. Practically, we have been all doing this, and sometimes it becomes overwhelming that whether I am giving quality time to my professional life or my personal life or not. Then we need to sit, and then this calm mind guides me. So yeah, it is challenging. Practically, it becomes really, really challenging.
Great. I understand. It's true. That to say that I can be in multiple phases at multiple plus instances or places. Right. It is the lens which somebody has put us in this society. This is the conditioning which we have got. Yes, Shahnaz ma'am. Very happy to hear your thoughts, ma'am.
Yes, particularly if you are a workaholic, to balance both the family life as well as your professional life, one thing we have to always remember, and which I always remember, is that I can't satisfy everyone. Somebody in this race will be unhappy, and if what is in my life, what is their importance? If I find that yes, I enjoy my work, I'll definitely do it. So
Correct.
with
So
that intention in mind, I do my work. That is the thing.
yes. So these are the intentions. Sorry, these are the what we say, the mindset which we have got through the society, that I am family oriented. And for an example, if you see, if a market person is there, he's doing marketing with the family when he's trying to have a family time. All right. So we need to have a core, a center inside us which is changeless, which is constant, which can drive your force, power, and which can influence you to do good. So, what do you call that center as? Everybody has that, and everyone use it. हम सबका एक सेंटर होता है, ग्रेविटी होता है, जिसको हम हर जगह डिराइव करके चलते हैं. यस सोनाली मैम.
I believe it's the conscience, the way we think. We have to be truthful to ourselves first.
So
So I believe it's the conscience that drives us to do anything that we do.
Yes. So when you consciously think, do you set something for yourself by conscious thinking?
Yeah,
What is that called as?
there's only one thing that I know, that is I follow what is being asked of me. I try to follow all the instructions, and I do my work honestly. Sometimes
when somebody tells you, or you have something of your own.
I'm trying to tell the same thing, that actually my mother often tells me that you are always telling the truth. Sometimes you are telling the bitter truth. So, and it is unacceptable to people. Unacceptable to the latter. So then, then my thought is that how can I, modify the truth? How can I tell something else? So maybe that's not a very good quality of mine, but that's how I am.
So is that along with quality? What is it? Are you setting some values for yourself or not? Are you setting? You are living with some values over there.
Of course,
yeah.
being a human being, being a mom, being a daughter, being somebody's wife, being somebody's teacher. Of course, I have values. Without that, how can I expect to communicate anything or set a perfect order inside the classroom? Maybe not perfect. I am not a perfect teacher. Maybe a particular order in the classroom or a particular order in home. Without values, that's not possible.
Excellent, Shonali ma'am. So this core, which you call it as a value
Thank
or
you.
principle, is something which is changeless, is constant. That is driving your power. That is influencing you to do good. So it is very important. If you are designing something, you need to have your own principle first. So even of setting principle is a way to start with end in your mind. That with what principle I'm going to work in my life so that I move ahead. This is one which I am sharing. For this, you can have a simple question asking to yourself that uh, what is that I always try to follow, what is that is helping me to do something good. So when you question yourself with these kind of thoughtful way, you will be able to set your principles and values in your life which will drive you ahead. So you can see over here, as in this image, we have so many I'm sorry, we have so many social lenses: money, work, possessions, pleasure, friends, enemies, faith. But these cannot be kept as center always. These keep changing, but the center has not to change, and the one which doesn't change is setting principles. Moving ahead, yes, Nagarani ma'am. The second thing which you can do to start with end.
See, now once you know that there are these principles that you need to follow. Suppose if I'll take a simple example, my purpose should define the mission, and your mission is a short-term goal which you can achieve with the direction and the steps, and that becomes the bigger picture as called as vision. So I'll repeat myself. I have a purpose which fulfills my mission. When the mission is together with the direction, when it gets a right direction and it moves ahead with the execution, that is the steps, you fulfill your bigger picture. So this is how you have to set. We'll also tell you how to set up our own vision, a mission, sorry, our own mission and goals. And then that will drive us to achieving the vision in the future. So we'll go to the next slide now.
So these terms are very friendly to us, and I would love here to hear from someone of you. What exact is the difference between a mission and a vision? Anybody can unmute and answer, or you can put your responses in the chat. These are friendly terms. Yes, Vibha ma'am, Vibha Tripathi ma'am, I request you if you can share your simple
Yes, ma'am.
understanding about. Yes,
Good evening.
yes.
Our vision is actually we take it as a goal, a long-term goal where we want to reach,
Hmm.
and mission. What I take my mission is the way how I want to achieve my vision.
Very good. It
So
need to have a purpose. Very true, Vibha
yes,
ma'am.
so I have a purpose in my day-to-day activities through which I want to achieve my uh, bigger goal. That is my vision. And of course
Thank
values
you
are
so much.
important. Until unless I have some of my core values, I won't be able to achieve neither my mission nor my vision.
Yes, that's true. Thank you so much, Vibha ma'am. So this is a small, prescription which we are giving to you. So whenever you want to sit and think of, what values we have, how to think to frame a vision statement, how to think when I have to write a mission statement, we can use these questions and try to frame our own values, visions, or mission. This PPT can be shared to everyone. I request Ashwini ma'am, if this can be done, then it will be really helpful. All right. So again, this is not new for everyone. We are doing it in our school. Yes, sir.
I just need a clarification. Vision और mission में फर्क क्या है बेटा?
So vision is of it is going to tell you how you want to look in future. It's overarching and it's a long term goal which you're gonna achieve.
ठीक है.
But Mission, it drives you to achieve your vision. You need to have a purpose behind you do what vision you have set for that. So the purpose is clarified by the mission. What is that purpose you have? Because many industries can have same vision, but every industry will not have the same mission.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
And to add to it, even the strategies that we follow, that comes with the mission to achieve your vision. So that is the difference between the mission and the vision, like that.
Yes. So likewise in education, you will find most of the schools having the vision, to develop holistic education. But when you look into their mission, the mission is quite different. It will always vary if you go to their pages and try to read it on. The purpose of driving the vision is very important, which differentiates you over there. The third thing do is to set smart goals. So this is not new. So I would welcome here to talk about this slide. Anybody who wants to unmute and talk, we do it in our school, setting smart goals. I would want to see the first habit, being proactive. Anybody? Yes, Sonal Sharma ma'am, if you can share. Smita Jain ma'am.
Sorry, ma'am, I have joined just now because I was on a duty in school.
Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. But can you see my slide at present? I'll repeat the question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello? Yes. So can you see the slide? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we set smart goals for ourselves. We are doing this in school. Can you just take few minutes to explain what this slide is trying to represent?
And can you repeat the question because I am on the way?
Oh, no problem, ma'am. I'm very sorry. You can. I'm so sorry, ma'am.
I joined just in the last month, but I'm in the bus.
No problem, ma'am. Okay, Pratima, ma'am.
Vibha ma'am and Shahnaz ma'am have raised hands, but ma'am, we just want to see if somebody else wants to answer, and then we'll come back to you. Aarti ma'am, you want to call out any other name? Cold calling.
Okay, Rekha ma'am.
Good evening, everybody. The slide represents smart goals and the meaning of the word smart. Each letter, what it represents: specific, measurable, achievable, timely, and the meaning of that goal and how we have to set that goal. When we are setting a short-term goal or a long-term goal, it should be smart. It should satisfy all these specifications.
Yes. Thank you so much, Rekha ma'am. And we are going to exercise this in our today's session, that how do we set a smart goal for ourselves. That is the one task which we are going to do. Why I have bring in this slide, as sir has also questioned me for clarification. How we say that we start with vision, we start with mission, but they sound to be similar, that they help you to decide how your end looks like to be. But they are slightly different from each other. Vision is a long-term aspect. Mission is not as long as you see the vision. It's the purpose which is driving you to the vision. Goal is something which is short term, it's measurable, it's achievable, and the goal is gonna make you construct those strategies. And if I ask you a question, whenever we join any institute, do we try to think that does our principle coherent with institution's mission, vision, and other aspects? Do we try to question this before joining any institution? Anybody can put it in the chat. Or no, you can also show the thumbs up. We can just take that also from everyone. That do we think of that whether our principles or our values are cohering with the institute with which we are going to work or not. Yes. So when they all are slightly different, but they all are coherent to each other, they all drive each other, being slightly different from each other. So I have written similarly and different.
Sonali
All
ma'am
right.
is giving the answer here in the chat box, and she says, actually, no, we do not think. Thank you, Sonali ma'am, for being so honest about this answer. That you really did not think when we join. Actually, most of us, we never pay attention to this as well. I mean, we never. Even I would have not seen the vision exactly the time when we have joined any institution. Yes, but I must say, when I joined DPS and I saw this Sangamitra session in the morning, which inculcate the values, and whenever I thought of teaching somebody, in fact, I do remember telling my COD ma'am, this is something that I've seen for the first time in the schools, because I have not seen in other schools. It's just the last year I joined. So Aarti ma'am, so just to tell you, so I was very much interested when I saw Sangamitra sessions. That was like
But
my
yes, I
time. That
believe.
was like I could teach them values there. So that was
Great.
aligning with my values. So
But I
thank
think
you.
Shonali ma'am would have some point in time realized when she's connecting to the student in the classroom. And then she's coherating a little with what principles she has, and it has to do with the institution. Yes, Shonali ma'am, you can unmute and answer.
Ma'am, actually, whenever we are looking for a job, or whenever an Indian is looking for a job, it is other things that are the priority. It is the growth of an individual as a professional, it is financial requirements. These are the things that people are looking
Mhm.
for. And wherever we're working with, say, more than one people, whenever we are working in a group, it is very well known that our thinking is not going to align with the thinking of the latter, but then we all have to work together for the larger good of the institution that we work for, because finally it will lead to our development as an individual, both as a professional and in financial matters, and an individual also. It's not only that I grew up as a professional, I learned how to teach, but also as an individual I got to know so many things, and a lot of confidence came in me after joining the DPS. So that's the reality.
Yes, correct. I agree, Shonali ma'am. That's why I said perfectly we don't fit in, but there is somehow we match with our principles towards the institution where we work. We cannot be anti always. All right. Thank you so much for sharing that answer. We do not go out of time, so we'll move towards the assessment section. If the discussion has been very clear with everyone, I would like you all to join breakout room. For that, I would request Aarti Pathak ma'am to please share the link. Now, before joining the breakout room, let me share few instructions. Nagrani ma'am, would you please like to read the instructions?
Yes, ma'am. So rules for the breakout room is that join the breakout room with a shared link in the chat, which will be there. One for the math, science, social science, and the languages, and fifth is for computational skills. Now, you have to find a leader who's going to present the screen and write, and then the subject HOD and a leader to lead the discussion. One has to be the leader, one has to be the subject HOD, and one has to present the screen. So you just have to then and there discuss about this. Principals Ashwini ma'am, Aarti Pathak ma'am, and we can join
All
anywhere.
right.
Okay. If you want to improvise, yes. So this is how it looks.
All
The
right.
next screen.
So yes, so you do not feel like what to be done. Let me present you how does it looks like. We have our departmental goals of subject wise, and wherein you're gonna just exercise to check whether our departmental goals are smart or not. For that, a simple questions are also put in to analyze. And if you feel there is a little improvisation required, you may do so in that section. If you feel it's completely fine, there is no problem in it to let it be the way it is. So please join in.
And after 15 minutes, you have to come back to the main um, room again. I mean, you have to come back to the same call again after 15 minutes.
Nagrani, please join language section.
Yes, I'm joining. See, when you click on this, just help them out, no, to tell them how to go about it. See,
Please
Aarti ma'am
click
has
on
shared
the
us
link
a
which
Google
Aarti Pathak
Doc
ma'am has
shared, and from there you can join your respective places like English, Hindi. See, ma'am is already put here. For English, you have to join this meet video call link, and then just click on Aarti ma'am has shared a link, the Google Doc. Click on it, and then from there you can go to math, English, social science, and language.
Math teachers, I'm waiting in the math breakout room.
Ma'am, where the teachers from IT department is supposed to join?
You can
Computational
join
skills, ma'am.
the fifth
There is no link
computational
for that.
skills.
There is a link, ma'am. Computational skills is there, but okay, the link is not there. Document. Okay.
There is no link for that, yes.
Okay, you may discuss in the same room. Main room mein you all can discuss. There is no problem in that, ma'am. Anybody from you all can start presenting in the main room and you can start discussing in the main room. Sunipa ma'am.
Who else is there? Actually, I am not able to understand for that group.
So for computational skill, please raise hand so that Sunipa ma'am find it very easy to connect with you all. Even admin team can stay in computational room. Thank you, Sushmita, for joining in.
Ma'am, please share the link again. I just joined with my laptop as it was not convenient with the mobile. Fine. The entire doc.
I have shared for IT also now. People can join there.
Aarti ma'am, please share the.
Yes, Nagrani ma'am.
Aarti
This
ma'am,
is
just share
assessment.
the departmental goals that form, na.
It's shared in the link.
It's in the same document.
Acha,
In the
same
same
document. All
doc
right,
it is
ma'am. I'll
there.
check. Yeah. Ha.
Rupali ma'am, please join English team.
Excuse me, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Can you please share the social science link again?
In the main sheet, you can find, ma'am, social science link over there.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So you can measure this, no? When you have your pen and paper test, you do derive a critical thinking question, or you can give a performance task where children perform, which they have to, really think about. For an example, latitude and longitude का task हम दे सकते हैं. हाँ, it could be anything, a simple project also, assignment also, which you can give to measure. So please click this link. No, this link is there. Math teachers, there is a link. This in the chat. Open in the chat. Then you share it in your screen. Share it on your screen, Sushmita ma'am. Present it on your screen. Okay. Sonal ma'am. Okay. Is it visible now? Okay. Think about your math goal over here. Yes, according to your class, I'll put the math. I'll put a math goal here. You have to check whether it is smart or not. चेक ये गोल स्मार्ट है क्या आपका मैथ का जो यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है.
आई थिंक मेन मीट में म्यूट कर लो.
इसको आप एक शीट में बना लीजिए मैम. पेन पेपर तो होगा ना आप लोग के पास. हाँ, तो चेक कीजिए इसको, क्या ये स्पेसिफिक है क्या ये मेजरेबल है क्या ये अचीवेबल है क्या ये रियलिस्टिक है क्या ये टाइमली होता है या नहीं. ठीक है, इसमें क्वेश्चन दिए सिंपली. Shahnaz ma'am, yours is done. Yes, congratulations to social science team. You can join to the main room. I would really like to appreciate this team. They have done really a good job. Very good job. Yes, please get back to the main room. No problem if you are done. Thank you so much. I can just type Shahnaz ma'am. I'm the first person. Social science team is the first. All right. You all can leave this meeting. No. Yes, math teachers, can you please put it on a paper? एक पेपर पे तो लिख सकते हैं ना. हाँ तो yes था तो कैसे है वो भी लिखना है कि what to do. Yes, no problem. क्योंकि आपकी टीम में से किसी एक को प्रेजेंट करना है वहाँ पे. आपकी टीम में से कोई प्रेजेंट करेगा उसे. ठीक है, मेजरेबल है तो कैसे मेजर करोगे इस गोल को. क्या करोगे कि वो मेजर हो जाए. कैसे बोल रहे हो कि वो अचीवेबल है. हाँ तो what planning you will do? Would you do pen paper test? Would you do project? Would you do a performance task? That is what you have to match. हाँ. So you have to. Yes. So you write that. Yes, but एक्टिविटी को आप मेजर कैसे करोगे? रूब्रिक से कर सकते हो. तो उसके सामने लिखो we will use rubric to measure activity. Okay? अचीवेबल है तो कितने टाइम में अचीव करोगे? रियलिस्टिक है या नहीं? क्या बच्चा वो प्रोजेक्ट कर सकता है क्या? मैं बोलूं बच्चे को नहीं मैथ से तुम रॉकेट बनाओ, क्या पॉसिबल है? हाँ, तो रियल वर्ल्ड में वो उसे कहाँ यूज कर रहा है? हाँ, अपने डे टू डे कैलकुलेशंस में वो कैसे कनेक्ट कर रहा है? ठीक है, तो वो रियलिस्टिकली पॉसिबल है क्या? यस यस शॉप में कुछ खरीदते वक्त प्लस माइनस. यस करेक्ट मैम, करेक्ट सोनल, करेक्ट. Yes. It's okay. It's not necessary in one day you have to achieve. गोल कभी भी आपका ईयर का होगा, एक एकेडमिक ईयर का होगा. तो आप सोचो एक एकेडमिक ईयर में कैसे है, कब कितने कितने पीरियड में कितना साइकिल रखोगे? 2 महीने का, 6 महीने का, हर लेसन का अपना एक गोल होगा आपका. ठीक है, तो फिर ये करके आप मेन रूम में आ जाएंगे प्लीज. ठीक है, आई रिक्वेस्ट टू कम बैक टू द. Nagrani ma'am, we are waiting for your team in the main room. Nagrani ma'am, we are waiting for your team. Yes, no problem. Come back to the main room. Yes, math teacher, join the main room. All right. So we have team members joining in. HODs can please check if their team members have joined back.
Some teams are still not joined back. It's Aarti.
So we quickly go here. Social science team, Shehnaz ma'am. Shehnaz ma'am's team, please give me a thumbs up. They are joining in. Yes, all of them are here. English department.
We have made only the goals. I'm trying to paste it. Just a minute.
No problem.
But we still need to work on it. It's not final one.
So we'll quickly request social science team. They have completed it first to kindly, present that how did they analyze their goal is smart. Yes, Shahnaz ma'am.
Oh,
And even
do
Sujita
I
ma'am
have
can
to
participate.
do I have to present the screen?
My screen is visible. I'll present it for you, ma'am.
Okay, should I share it with you?
Acha, you have written it in your this thing or what? You can share this.
Yes, because we didn't
problem.
receive it.
No problem. You can share it in your screen.
Okay, are you doing that? Okay, great. Yeah, so this is our Nagpur's SST department goal. Our goal is in keeping with the school vision. So we have taken three values, that is thinking critical thinkers. Our main objective of SST department is that we need the students to become critical thinkers, global citizens, because in our school vision we have that children should become 21st century citizens. And the third is developing communication skills. So these are very specific value systems which we have put in our departmental goals. Of course, they vary in Nasik as well as in Varanasi, but more or less it's the same. In order to become critical thinkers, we have activities which and we give assignments, and rubrics are used, case studies are there, primary source analysis are there to find out measuring the critical thinking capacities of the children. Then in order to become responsible global citizens, we are also tackling it through various case studies on global issues, so that the children develop the global empathy. And we have a lot of collaborations also, wherein we measure the children's citizenship skills which they have developed. Because when we are doing collaborations, a lot of collaborative skills are needed, measuring it through rubrics, and particularly the reciprocity skills. This is a huge thing. Reciprocity skills is a huge thing which will develop children into global citizens. We should not undermine it. And the most important thing which really works in this area is reciprocity skills. So I'm trying to teach my children this particular skill. It requires a lot of time and a lot of patience, but it does give results. Next is about communication. We are also having a lot of activities using rubrics, presentations, projects. These help the children to give their own opinions, very constructive feedbacks, letting them reflect in their work through their words and actions. So these are the three ways by which we are trying to achieve the school's vision. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shahnaz ma'am, for sharing that. Quickly, I would request science team to, they are completing this task. If in a minute, 1 minute, if they can share how their goal is smart. I'm going to present the screen for you all. Yes, anybody from science team? Quickly. I can't see any hand raised. Shonali ma'am?
Ma'am, I could not join that breakout room. There was some network issue, and bar, I was joining a social sciences breakout room. So I could not
So,
contribute.
Rekha ma'am, can you please quickly in a minute wrap up with your goal of science?
They are still in the breakout room working on it. I could see them in the breakout room. Let me inform them. Meanwhile, you can call any other subject teacher.
All right. Breakout room is a little challenging, but although many of you have done a great exercise over here. All right. So, math department in a minute. Sushmita ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, our goal is also, as we have the vision to inculcate 21st century skills. So our goal is also to set our lesson plan in that way so that we can make them 21st century citizen, and we will try to inculcate the habit of solving the issues with nicely, or they can take initiative to solve the things, and they can use their learning in their real life. like I'm a teacher of kindergarten, so we always plan our activities so that children can understand and they can use their learning in their life, in their daily life. So for
That's
that, for
great to know.
achieving that goal, we always plan our activities accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sushmita ma'am. All right. Since we are falling short of time, uh, is science team here?
Yes, they have joined back.
Okay. Language team, anybody? If anybody from language team would like to present in a minute. Language team? Leaders? We can save time if we take initiative. Yes, Nagrani ma'am, can you please suggest anybody to present?
Yes, I'll read out, but it's still, we were still trying to figure out it more, like,
No
whether
problem,
we would
whatever
go with
it is
this or
done,
no.
we can
I'll
just
just
figure
yeah,
out the
yeah.
same.
We encourage the
Yes.
student to become a self-sufficient, problem solvers and confident, to ask for help and collaborate to create a healthy classroom atmosphere for holistic development. Okay, so self-sufficient, problem solvers and confident. And they need to be like this for what? To ask for help. So wherever they are not able to get something, so that is why they should be in a position to ask for help. So that is what our criteria was there. But how to measure, we still have got, like, time, we didn't get that
So we
enough
can do
time.
assignments and rubrics over there to
Yes.
measure the same what you have assigned for.
Yes.
So we quickly go with science and computer science. Yes, science team, Rekha ma'am. If in a minute you can close how your departmental goal is SMART.
Aarti ma'am, so sorry. I'm using phone right
That's
now,
okay.
so I'm
That's
not able to see the doc.
okay.
You
Okay.
can scroll down. It is there.
Okay. Yes. Yes, Sunanda ma'am.
I think now it is visible, Rekha ma'am. Please go ahead.
So mobile, it's not readable. If Sunanda ma'am, you can very quickly in a minute.
Okay. It's just we try to read it once again and try to check whether it is smart or not. There are a few things I think we need to work on. So here it is specific, of course. It is really specific because it is fostering independent, self-reliance and the ability to work autonomously. And if I take one example and then maybe I'll be able to save time. So if I'm talking about making them independent, what actually we are doing, we are giving them opportunities to participate in activities that help them take their responsibility of their learning in collaborative SLCs, fine. And we are making them empathetic by conducting many samudra sessions. Then the scientific temperament, there are various kinds of activities we conduct, hands-on experiential learning. Then we have if you're talking about how do we make them problem solvers, so we are providing them opportunity to solve some very common problem, and giving them problem solving situational questions, critical thinking questions. And how are we making them global citizens, or making them learn about sustainability? So we are giving them opportunities to study about SDGs, because our lessons are linked with sustainable development goals. Now we're coming, like, the goal is achievable or not. Is it in your power to achieve it? Of course it is. Though it is, it is a bit challenging, but we're trying really hard at all the campuses with the help of regular and well-structured science classes, lab activities, experiments, hands-on, and we are getting support from everybody. Now, teachers training and professional development,
Great.
sessions also helping. Then we'll come into realistic. Can you realistically achieve it? Yes. However, it needs collaboration and constant support of parents, teachers, as well as students. The main, people whom we all are here. So as well as students to make it realistic. So it is already there now. The last one, timely. When exactly do you want to accomplish it? So we have now, you can see that divided into term wise. So how can we get that? How can we, be able to check whether this, whatever we have planned, we are able to achieve or not. So you can see here term 1, term 2, and the final evaluations will decide, including end of year tests, final project presentations. Overall, you can say comprehensive review of their sustainability contributions as well. Compiled data will definitely be giving this clearly, though it is an ongoing process. Thank you so
Thank you so much, Sunanda ma'am. You really briefed us very well with the SMART framework.
It was a collaborative work. It was a collaborative work. Some geniuses.
I mean, you and your team. I'm so sorry. You and your team has really explained it very well. Quickly, we go to computational skills. Please, anybody, Smita ma'am. Sorry, again I'm going to Smita ma'am. I'm so sorry. So, who would like to take the initiative to just present computational skills? Yes, kindly unmute.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, I and Mukul ma'am was only there in the meet. And we have slightly modified improvised the goal. As you can see, it is written over there. It was initially that we need to develop the 21st century
Only please
skill.
talk about those two areas because of which you felt like need a modification. So it will be quick. Yeah.
Okay. It was basically the measurable one and the time-based, timely completion. These two are the main areas for which we need to modify our goal. So time-based, it was not mentioned that in which time period we are supposed to identify the skills they have developed or not. So we have improvised that in a session, by the end of the session, we will be checking that they have developed these goals or not. And next was the measurable one, that at least we generally do it, but it was not mentioned it in the goal that at least 80% of the students have achieved that after learning or understanding the concepts. And rest 20% we make them peer learning, or we give them special classes, the teachers handhold them, make them peers so that they can learn. So these two areas were there due to which we have improvised our goal.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sunipa ma'am, and congratulations for identifying that. I know we have overshooted the time, but I would really like to appreciate each one of you for contributing in this analysis of finding whether our goals are smart or not. All right, let's move ahead. We are done with this exercise of assessment, but I would like to just close this presentation. If you could please share 3 learnings from today in the chat box by starting your statement with I am, I will, or I believe. What is the 3 thing you would like to do by starting your statement with I am, I will, we believe? With that,
Should I present that slide, Aarti ma'am? I'll present that slide.
Yes, I'm sharing, ma'am.
I'm sharing it.
So, and thank you everyone for your time, valuable time and patience, and helping us to be in the breakout room and contributing with the same. With this, we thank Ashwini ma'am as well as Aarti Pathak ma'am over here to help us in doing the assessment and achieve the goal what we set for today at least. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Nagrani ma'am.
So thank you, all of you, for listening to us from last 1 hour. I hope we have made this session interesting for you all. So that's it.
I would like to
Yes,
share
Bharti ma'am.
something.
Yes, Bharti ma'am. Actually, I wanted to tell that it was really a very interesting session, but we needed half an hour at least to sit and discuss on these SMART goals and make them fruitful and create it nicely. The time span, 15 minutes, was not enough. Actually, we were struggling understanding the terminologies that were given. So that itself took 15 minutes. We needed at least 15 to 20 minutes more to create all those goals in those specific manner, as it was specified in the that is what
Sure.
is my concern, and I'm
Sure. That
I
learning.
think it's a good idea. When you're sharing this, we can take this up for 15 minutes in one of the subject meetings.
Yes, ma'am. And
And
it's
in-
actually
Yes.
a wonderful
Again,
activity.
we do
It was
We'll do
really
that.
hats off to both of you girls, Nagarani and Aarti Sharma. I love the confidence.
Thank you so
of
much.
you
And
both.
really, thank you for giving us that feedback back. We really need these kind of, feedbacks where we can work in for coming up
Uh-huh.
sessions.
Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bharti ma'am.
So, Ashwini ma'am, over to you.
Bharti ma'am, for sharing.
We got a
Yeah,
lot of
thank you so much,
responses here, Aarti
everyone.
ma'am. So sorry, yeah. Ashwini
Yeah.
ma'am, really sorry. So we have got a lot of responses here. Dheeraj sir says he wants to